Monty Williams, Stan Van Gundy. So let's get into the games. Let's talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. They're hosting the Houston Rockets. These are maybe among the two hottest teams in the NBA. And there is a little bit of a correlation because Victor Oladipo, he's in some trade rumors today. However, the Rockets were in a back-to-back last night. The Rockets have John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, and those are two guys who are coming off of giant injuries. There's a lot of injured players who I don't think will be great on back-to-backs tonight. Those are two of them. And on the contrast, we haven't given Memphis nearly enough credit. Taylor Jenkins is a very good coach. Look at the Western standings. Look at where the Grizzlies are. And then look at the players who've been in their lineup this season. No Triple J all year. No Justice Winslow all year. And I know maybe he's not that contributor, but I still got some Justice Winslow stock. I don't have any more Doge. Did all right. Thank you, Elon. But not your roommate, Elon, Sam. Another Elon. I only like your Elon because I use his Netflix password, but I'm allowed to do that because in my stand-up, I gave away my dad's Netflix password for 15 years. So I'm digressing. So I think it is kind of incredible. If you look at the Grizzlies record as compared to the teams to who's been in their lineup, every crappy thing I say about other coaches, I mean, there are these kind of mediocre retreads, guys like Brooks, SVG, Monty Williams, and I think there's a new batch of really great young coaches. Kind of started with Stevens, went into Nick Nurse, and now I love Coach Nate in Indiana. Love what Taylor's doing in Memphis, and even Coach Borrego in Charlotte. So there's a really nice young batch of coaches coming along. And that being said, I really like the Grizzlies here. I think this is a showpiece game for them. I think they're playing a wonderful style, and that John Morant, it's kind of like John Wall is going to be matched up with himself from a decade ago. I kind of like the guy who's a decade younger in that situation. And even if the Grizzlies have been winning, Ja hasn't been up quite to his level of last year, and he's been a little banged up. He's kind of spreading the ball around. And I think it is fair to say that Dylan Brooks might be the most unheralded player in the NBA. Looking at his production, looking at what he adds to a team, and seeing how it's now consistent over 3 years, maybe he's not an all-star, but this is definitely someone who can be in the starting lineup of a team that goes decently far into the postseason. So we see this line is Houston opened up +1. Now they're +3. I like Memphis here very much so. I think there's a lot of variables to like there for Memphis. It's the back-to-back. It's the age. It's the fact that they're the hottest team in the NBA and have been very good at home as of late. So of the things I care about, I think a lot of them are exemplified by Memphis tonight. I don't think they have a better roster than Houston, but I think they're a better basketball team right now, especially on short rest. So let's watch them over the course of the season, because there's going to be some jockeying for some 7-8 seeds down the line. And tonight there's a couple good matchups to really get a feel for some matchups we might be seeing later on in the season. Rockets Grizzlies is one. I think with Oladipo in there, Houston will maybe contend for a playoff spot the way they're playing. So let's watch how these two match up. There's going to be some meaningful games between these two down the line of the season. So maybe you don't make this a huge unit bet, but maybe you just throw a little bit out there, you evaluate, and then you get an opinion on how these rosters match up together. And then next time, once we really get a slant on it, once Memphis probably has 2 of their top 8 back, I think this could be a bigger play down the year. So I'm going to just throw a little bit down, and then I think we're going to see some tendencies that really support Memphis tonight. So just to be full disclosure, I'm playing with $25 units. I didn't get a stimulus because I'm in friggin' grad school. Thanks, bud. But yeah, I'm there. And another game that we could see later in the season, we will see later tonight in Los Angeles. We have the Denver Nuggets at the LA Lakers. The LA Lakers are, I think, 5